So this afternoon we are heading to Conwy Castle here in North Wales, which is one of Edward I's castles. We'll have a little bit of a tour around there, have a look at it. It's a beautiful castle. We've been here before, but a few years back now. So we'll have a little quick look around. So this is the entrance to Conwy Castle. Just heading up through, I think they say it's actually the city walls rather than the castle. Yes, this would have been the entrance to the old medieval town. Along the cobbled pathway. See the guardhouse here, the arrow loops. So these things here, these things that are coming out over the side of the wall, are actually 12 individual latrines projecting over the town wall. So this is a row of communal toilets, which was unique to Conwy. They cost £15 to build back in the 14th century, which is about £45,000 today. Gosh. Mini pinch. Mini pinch.
Mini vantage point.
Oh, is there any more minis?
Minis?
Why not? That's my job. I'm the mini spotter.
Hey, I just saw a mini.
No, you didn't. You didn't see a mini in Brazil, or in Azerbaijan, or in Armenia, or in Outer Mongolia. That doesn't count. You have to see it with your eyes, not your mind.
Yeah, and I can see it
No, you can't.
with my eyes.
Stormtroopers at Disney World. Yes, I am aware of stormtroopers at Disney World.
Yeah, but have you seen them? I think that's what I want to do when I'm older.
Do you?
Yeah.
Because it looks so cool.
This is the view from the old portcullis. So this was the old entrance to Conwy Castle, and that there. So where I'm standing now is where the portcullis would have been, and that brick building there would have been part of the ramp that used to go up, and the drawbridge went across from here to the stone, and then there was a steep ramp to get up to the castle. So when Edward I built this castle, he filled it with all his friends and allies and stuff, and nicked stuff from the local people. Ah. And the Welsh brains outwit the English brawn. So in 1401, the castle's garrison attended a Good Friday service at St Mary's Church, and supporters of Owen Glendower, disguised as carpenters, talked their way into the castle and killed the 2 guards left on watch. This coup was a mighty boost for Glendower's war against the English rule, causing a wave of rebellion across Wales. For 15 weeks, the castle held out until a surrender was negotiated, but it came at a cost. 9 of the freedom fighters were handed over to the English and executed. Well, that's not very nice, is it? Gone to all the effort of getting here, and then when they negotiated the peace, they let some of them in back to the English. This is the old guard room, and here is one of the medieval guards, who is the same size. He's the same size as a medieval person.
Out of my castle.
Castle.
Out of my castle.
So Conwy Castle was at the cutting edge of military technology. It had high, thick walls and turrets, providing lethal fields of fire, all bonded to a solid rock face.
Why did you go missing?
And the king's apartments could be defended separately if you needed to.
Like, I'm going on the grass.
No, you are not allowed on the grass. It says, please do not go on the grass. Clearly says, Kadich odi ara gaswelet. I am native Welsh. Ollie, smile. So what's this room here? So down here is the cellar room. This is the cellar room below the Great Hall. So above us, if you look on the walls there, you can see where the wood beams would have been, where the floor was, and there's a big fireplace, and that's where the Great Hall would have been. And underneath is the cellar where all the servants, talking of servants, there's two servants right there. Two peasants. I'm being attacked by the peasants. The peasants are revolting. The peasants are revolting. Why is there an actual sword fight going on? Get him in his belly when he reaches his sword over his head. He's not defending himself. So this is the Great Hall of the castle. Has anyone got any rotten fruit or vegetables? Anyone got a turnip to throw at him? Get used to it. If you carry on messing up your GCSEs, this is where you'll be. Get in the prison tower, you prisoners.
I'm not a pigeon, I'm just...
Oh, are you a guard, are you, Ollie?
This is the prison tower?
Yes.
Now go in.
Go on then, in you go.
In the dungeon I go.
Go on, in the dungeon.
Not that with me. Okay, that prisoner is gone. Don't see a bee here.
Oh my God, look at all the pigeons. This is the prison tower.
Dad, I remember this.
You don't remember this place. You were a baby when you came here, but you've seen other castles that look similar. What do you have to do in this sort of a tower? You have to go, oh. The medieval toilet. Lovely. So at the back end of the Great Hall over there, you can see the arched ceiling, which is where the chapel was. Oh, that's cool. That's a really nice sculpture. That I like that. And you can see the whole of the city of Conwy. City walls all go all the way around the top there. Been quite a substantial city back in medieval times. There's a little tiny house somewhere around here, which is the smallest house in Britain, I'm sure it is. And this is the kitchen tower, this one here. Oh, this is what they've boarded out one of the rooms. I wonder what this would have been. Oh, this would have been one of the apartments, possibly could have even been a king's apartment, this one. I don't think it had a window though. As an attacker, as an invader.
I don't have to run up it in full medieval armour as well.
There's a little footbridge you can go across as well.
I could not be able to run up that in full medieval knight armour.
No.
It's like £50.
I wonder who built. I reckon it was. I wonder if it was the Victorians who built these.
Yeah, it must have been Victorian. No, it definitely wasn't.
These bridges were built, or at least one of these bridges was built in 1822. You know why it's so fast, Josh?
Why?
Because that bit up there is a dam. That road up there is a dam, isn't it? So it's forced.
Yeah, it hits that and then it goes.
It's forcing all the water to come round and go through this tiny little channel. That's why it's so much faster here.
Yeah, that makes sense. I reckon that down there was built in the 60s, you know.
Yeah, possibly.
It just looks 60s.
But yeah, well, I say tiny little channel. It's not tiny, is it? But it's smaller than the width of the river, anyway.
Yeah.
Do you think it's weird how the train bridge is enclosed?
What, the train bridge? Oh yeah, that's a train line.
Yeah.
That is a bit
I
weird.
actually want to go on that train just to go over that bridge. Oh, there's a train going round there, see? But that one's going to go, it goes all the way along there up to, probably all the way up to Llandudno.
Yeah. I'd love to take a train through Wales, it was so cool.
So this is Conwy from the very top of the tower. And down there we can see some peasants! Hello, peasants! So this is from the very top of the tallest tower here at Conwy Castle. And you can see the whole of the castle beneath us. There's the other tower here at the back end of the castle. It's just as tall as this one. You can see the whole castle laid out and the town of Conwy below us as well. Luxurious living. So the roof is off the royal apartments below us. So these down here are the royal apartments. Cool. Far away from where all the peasants like me would have been. Yeah, that's right. What's down here? Just want to see. I wonder if it's an old sally port. So for 500 years, Castle Conwy guarded the river. Since the Industrial Revolution, 4 more river crossings have been built. They all try to copy the castle's architecture and materials or be completely invisible. In 1826, the chain suspension bridge, this is the elegant bridge in front of us, which was designed by Thomas Telford. In 1848, the tubular, to your right, is the first ever tubular bridge in the world. So this one here, which was designed by Robert Stevenson, which is one of the only tubular bridges surviving. In 1958, the single arch bridge, which is this one here, the road bridge. So a modern steel bridge. And in 1991, an immersed tube, the North Wales Expressway, was built to cope with today's heavy traffic. It is made from a prefabricated tube and sunk into the riverbed. Where's the underground? Where's that one then? Okay, Lord of Conwy Castle. Look how relaxed he is. Look, just like a lord, whilst all the peasants worked, and he sits there in his throne doing nothing.
He doesn't know. I have a theory about this castle.
Tell me your theory, sire.
So, at the start of the castle, there's a little hole. And no one knows what a hole means. And down there, there's also a little hole. And also, nobody else knows what that means. So I have a theory about them both connecting in the castle to deliver something or talk on the opposite side.
That is a reasonable theory, I feel. A reasonable theory. So if we head up here, we should come to King Edward's Chapel. And then if we're in King Edward's Chapel, we have to do the usual thing in a chapel, which is we have to go, That's pretty cool. So the windows, the stained glass windows up there, are made up of fragments inspired by Welsh history. So the middle window has the Cross of Neath, Eleanor of Castile and the Hollyhock, and Richard II at Conwy Castle, disguised in a priest's hood. And on the left window we have an Englishman's severed head, thankfully not mine. The Earl of Shrewsbury arriving at Conwy by ship in 1399. And on the right side we have jackdaws, the Vale Royal Chalice, and a gull taken from the Alfonso Salta. And there's also some weird stuff in there. There's a bicycle, a tent, somebody building a wall, a bat, a dragon, and a ginger cat with a mouse. And then an owl, an anchor, and a mobile phone. Let's see if we can find any of those. That's in the mouse at the bottom there. Oh, I can see some dragons in the. I can't see an actual. I can only see like the little dragons. See two little dragons. And over on this side, we should apparently be able to see somebody with a mobile phone. So this is the sort of windows they might have had. Back in medieval times. And this is the third window. So let's look at the second window. We can see the
I'll do this shot.
Oh right, so this is what Conwy would have looked like back in medieval times.
Where are you?
What?
Dad, where's the chapel?
Well, of course it would have a market.
Where's the chapel?
Wait a second, I'll take you. You see all the city walls around the edges, all the thatched cottages, and the big church in the middle, and then the castle over there on the at the top. So in over 700 years, only 3 monarchs ever stayed at the royal apartments: Edward I, Edward II, and and Richard II. Not Richard III.
Richard.
Because Richard III was afraid of a wasp. A wasp. A wasp. Oh no, we've got to spend the night.
It closed at 4.
I actually think we are the only people left in the castle. Oh. Okay, Ollie. And that concludes our tour of Conwy Castle. Castle Conwy. So this guard here, he's constructed from Welsh oak. One of the most common people in Wales, Allen Exit. You have been watching Munchy Road Hippopotamus. Thank you for joining us in our adventures. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy our channel, and tell us about any adventures that you have in the comments below. Get out there and explore your world.